I hope I'm audible now.
Yes, you are.
Yes, I am so sorry about that. Many things have changed, but my camera and my audio setup have not. So I apologize for that. Anyways, so it's good to be back. I had taken a break from these sessions, but now I'm back. So it's really good to see all of you here. And tonight we are going to be doing foot soak and then listening to one of Shri Mataji's talks and then go for a workshop. So that's a really good thing to look forward to tonight. And so today we'll be focusing on the purity and power of our own Kundalini, which is the motherly energy within us that energizes us, that nourishes our chakras, and ultimately gives us our connection to our own self. All right, so without further ado, let's get into what the course schedule is. So, since we are just starting off with this deepening the silence part, this course will continue till the 16th of August. We're going to do it on Sundays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays, 8:45 p.m. Eastern Time or New York time. And on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, we are going to be doing our foot soaks, again, 8:45 p.m. New York time at the same Zoom link. Just as a note for you, since the 4th of July is the Independence Day for USA, we won't be having our session on Monday. So then that would be the foot soak session that was earlier scheduled but now is cancelled. So we will see you next on Tuesday for the next session, the next meeting of our Deepening the Silence course. All right. So with that, we will get started with our foot soak for tonight. Um, I I see. Do I still have problems with the audio? Am I not audible enough?
You're fine.
Okay, okay. Sorry about that. I really should have done an audio check beforehand. Anyways, I'll try my best to speak as loudly as possible, and I apologize if my sound comes and goes. But hopefully, when I come the next time round, I'll have everything fixed up properly. All right. So let us begin our foot soak. I hope you have all the equipment necessary, your foot soak tub, the water, and everything. And let us start with raising our Kundalini energy and putting a bandhan around ourselves. And before we put our feet into the water, let us just point our right hand towards the water and our left hand towards Shri Mataji so that we can vibrate the foot soap water. And if you wish, you may also rotate your right hand clockwise over the water and see if you feel the cool breeze coming from the water itself, which indicates that the water is suffused with the energy of the cool breeze or the vibrations. All right, so if you are ready, you can keep both your feet in the water. And in the beginning, let us, if you have the photograph of Shri Mataji in front of you, or you can look at the photograph on the screen. If you just look at the photograph and allow your thoughts to settle down and just let go of all the problems you had, all the plans you have for tomorrow. Just let it all dissolve for now. Let us be in the present moment. Now, if you wish, you may slowly close your eyes and see if you can keep your attention on the top of your head, on the Sahasrara chakra. And if you don't already feel it, you can ask Mother Kundalini that, oh Mother, please take away all the obstructions in my subtle system into the sea element. And we are just going to allow the vibrations to do their job. So let us just sit in silence and you can observe in your body, on your hands, whether you feel a lightening of your heaviness or do you feel the heat going away. Just observe all of that silently. For the next few minutes, you just be silent. Alright, so let us now slowly again open our eyes and just look at Shri Mataji's photograph again and be in the present moment. Let us not keep our attention anywhere else. And we can just say from our hearts that, Mother, I surrender all my problems, all my troubles to you. In fact, we can just say, Mother, I surrender. Okay, so now you can rub your hands if you want, a little bit just to clear out a little more. And we are going to rinse our feet with clean water. And let us keep our foot soap tubs aside. Okay, so now hopefully you're feeling lighter. Your hands perhaps are feeling cooler now, or you're feeling calmer within, feeling more relaxed, and that's good. So we are going to allow that state to help us in our meditation so that our attention does not get distracted by other things. So let us close our eyes. And we are just going to keep our attention in the present moment because now we'll be listening to Shri Mataji's talk, which is on the Kundalini Mother herself and what we need to do to be able to develop more in our spiritual growth. So let us keep our attention as much as possible away from all other distracting topics, whether they are just thoughts or even our emotions. And if you wish, you can open your eyes or keep your eyes closed, and we are going to listen to Shri Mataji's talk now.
We have to meditate every day, just like washing our hands or just like cleaning our teeth. We have to, in the morning time, meditate, and also in the evening, we have to meditate. We have to meditate both the times. Otherwise, we cannot rise, we cannot grow. Just to think that we are realized souls, you do not become. This cleansing has to be done every day, in and out. And this is why none of the experiences which are described are felt sometimes in Saj Yoga, and people ask, Mother, how is it we don't feel the khichdi? Because your attention is not also there where it should have been. So one has to try to meditate in such a manner that this working of the Kundalini is facilitated. The chakras are cleansed out, and ultimately you are in a state of meditation. It's not a question of how to go into meditation. But it's the question how to be in meditation all the time. So as you know that Kundalini, when she reaches the Agya Chakra and when she opens Agya Chakra, then you can be in thoughtless awareness. Then you don't think. Thinking just stops. You watch everything, just watch. But you do not get involved into what you are watching, but you just watch. And that watching itself gives you the growth within. Think of the tree which is, say, in a turmoil or during earthquake. It won't grow. When the earthquake stops, everything becomes quiet, everything is peaceful, then only the tree can grow. In the same way, our growth can only take place if we are peaceful within ourselves. So, for a Kundalini growing wider and wider and rising higher and higher, first thing is we must have peace within ourselves. But this peace is possible if you can make really peace with others. If you cannot make peace with others who are in Sahaja, who are in the collective, if you are in a turmoil, this Kundalini can never rise. That is why collectivity is so important. Without collectivity, your Vishuddhi cannot open. And without collectivity, you cannot have the growth of your spirituality. If the growth of the spirituality, as they say, the tree of life is upside down and the roots are in the brain. And this Kundalini has to go and water that brain. As we water the roots, then it starts flowing downward. And that's how you start expanding. When you start expanding, then you touch the depth of your divinity. And once you have touched the depth of your divinity, then you start working it out in such a manner that people will know that you are yogis, you are people of higher realm, you have something great. It is not how many times you read something, it's not how many times you talk about Sahaja, it's not even how many times you just go on reciting names, but how many times from your heart your pure desire is to ascend. If this pure desire cuts upon you, then the first thing and the last thing you will do is to meditate. You can't do without it. Even if you try, you can't do it without it. If you will sleep without meditating, you think, oh, I have not meditated. Not out of guilt, but I have missed something. I have missed something. That should happen to us. So this power of Gauri has to be respected because she is our mother. She is our individual mother. She has given us second birth. She is the one who knows all about us. She is so gentle, so kind. How she slowly rises. She doesn't give us trouble. She takes all the trouble of penetrating through these centers and she gives us this second birth. Because she understands everything. She knows everything. She organizes everything. She brings forth all the beauty that you are. Once you start developing that beauty within yourself, then you will be surprised how powerful you are. Because all these things are of the same nature. Is the truth that you discover, is the same as the beauty, is the same as the joy. You don't have to think that joy is separate, truth is different, beauty is different. Because we are not yet at that point, we just take one facet. But once we reach that point, then the whole thing seems to be one. There is no differentiation at all. It's all one. Many facets of a diamond, but it's one diamond. and that diamond is yourself, your spirit. We have to behave in a manner, the way Kundalini is so gentle, so sweet, so nice, so effective, and she brings our life to some meaning. She completes the meaning of our life. She completes our desires, and she takes us to a point where we start seeing the whole thing, the whole universe as one, all human beings as one. She gives us collective consciousness. All this work is done by Kundalini alone. Of course, if she does not go to any chakras and does not awaken any deity, we cannot even have the fruits of those chakras being awakened. So it is all her work, all her ascent, all her understanding and wisdom which has given us this beautiful uh, state that we call ourselves as yogis. So I would request you all to pay attention to your Kundalini. Try to raise her all the time. See that you get your vibrations. Also see that not only that you get your vibrations all right, but also for others you have a different attitude. Do not criticize others. Do not say anything about uh, how wrong they are, but just see how right they are and what good they are capable of. She is a virgin and still so wise. In the same way, we have to be very wise, very sensible. We cannot afford to waste our time now because we have to save the whole world and is our responsibility. If we do not now work out even our own chakras, we cannot help anyone. So first of all, we must work out our own chakras and then we can help the whole world. It's not something like a cult or an organization where you just say, I belong to this cult or this organization, so all right, I'll be saved by God. That's not promised in Sahaja. There's nothing like a ticket to heaven. It has to be worked out. You have to work it out and work it out with full understanding as to what is this Kundalini is and how she works. May God bless you.
I apologize for my faulty instrument, but many times in Sahaja Yoga we see reflections of the subtle realm in the gross, and our instruments can also be faulty, our subtle system at times. So I apologize for all the errors that are happening today. Um, but let us keep our attention within. Let us just forget about all of this and absorb the wisdom of Shri Mataji within us. Just let it settle, let her words settle in our being. Let us be silent for some time, just a couple of minutes. And in our hearts, let us just tell ourselves that I am going to try and improve my vibrational state. I'm going to try and work out my spiritual growth. Although we don't do anything, but when we desire for it, the divine sends help. So let us keep that claim of desire to work out our own spiritual growth alive in our hearts. And with that, in that spirit, in that light, we are going to have our breakout rooms for the workshop today. So it's not that you have to do it for yourself, you can avail of the help of others, which is really the most wonderful gift that Sahaja Yoga has given humanity, which I always feel. And before we go into our breakout rooms, I believe that we have a couple of announcements and to make. So again, just a reminder about the course schedule. We have this deepening the silence module. You can say through the 16th of August, Sundays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays, 8:45 p.m. New York time, and collective foot soaks at the same time and the same Zoom link on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And again, a reminder that this Monday, the 4th of July, we won't be having our foot soak session. So we'll be seeing you on Tuesday with following on the deepening the silence module here. Could we, and there are a couple of things that I would like to mention before I talk about the slide that's on the screen, which is that in the light of what Shri Mataji talked about in her speech, it would be of great help if we could have a proper place in our homes dedicated to meditation. So what it does is that it creates a space, creates an environment, an atmosphere in that part of your house where you know that it is specifically meant for meditation so that you don't have to put your attention elsewhere. Like for example, if a part of your house is your workspace, you would ideally not want a TV to be sitting right there, isn't it? You wouldn't want to be distracted by that. So in the same way, if there is a part of your house that is dedicated to meditation, um, that is generally quiet and peaceful, and is in a reasonably well-ordered condition, so that it's not like right up opposite the bathroom, for example, where you can imagine why that might be the case. Uh, but in a reasonably well-maintained and clean place in your house, if you could establish a meditation space, keep the photograph of Shri Mataji there, have your candles and everything in probably a small, I don't know, like a drawer or something. That really helps with your daily meditation, integrating it into your daily routine. So if you've been following the 21-day installments throughout so far, you should have already put all this in place. But if not, no worries. Just try to get it started as soon as possible. And you don't need to make too much of a fuss about it, but just a small space in your house where you know that this is meant for meditation. All right. So what we will be looking at on Tuesday is how we can use our spiritual growth to make choices in our life, how we can use the energy of these vibrations to know on an absolute level what indeed is good for our spirit, what is good for our totality, our entire being, in terms of the choices that we make in life. And we will be having two very wonderful ladies talk about their experiences and obviously educating us, all of us, on how we can use the power of our spiritual growth to make such choices in life. So it's a really interesting session. I hope all of you are looking forward to it, and we'll see you on Tuesday. Um, So the other thing is the mentor. Obviously, again, if you've been coming to these sessions throughout, you already had a mentor, but just in case you don't yet, or you would like another person to help you, please let us know in the chat. And obviously, the resources are all available on the website. You can go check that out too. And the last part is for our dear Spanish speakers. Please let us know in the chat, and we can assign you to a separate breakout room where you can be helped in Spanish. And if you are new here, if this is your first time, please do mention that in the chat. We can put you in a separate breakout room. And now, obviously, we are all going to split up. We are going to go to our individual breakout rooms. If you are watching this session on YouTube, please join our Zoom meeting because nothing will be broadcast on YouTube except for perhaps the main screen. Yeah. So please do join our Zoom meeting and we can assign you to a room. And all our rooms are ready, I believe. So we can get started pretty soon. So please stick around, please wait. It is going to take some time to put you in your room. Don't just leave. So please wait for a few minutes and we can proceed with the workshop for tonight. So it was very nice being coming back on this session, seeing all of you here. And I hope I'll get the chance to do this again, hopefully with better audio and video instruments. Thank you very much.